Ancient civilizations tracking planetary movements with greater precision than NASA. Sounds impossible, right? But the evidence suggests we might need to completely rethink what our ancestors were capable of.
You know what's fascinating about that? When we look at something like Stonehenge, we're not just seeing a bunch of rocks, we're looking at an astronomical calculator that's still accurate after thousands of years.
And here's the mind-blowing part. During the summer solstice, the sun rises in perfect alignment with those massive stones. We're talking about precision that would challenge modern engineers, achieved without any of our technology.
That level of accuracy must have required incredible planning and knowledge transfer between generations, don't you think?
Well, that's what makes it so fascinating. They had to understand not just where the sun would rise on one particular day, but how its position would shift across the horizon throughout the entire year. We're talking about sophisticated celestial mechanics without telescopes or computers.
Hmm. And this wasn't just happening in one place. These kinds of astronomical alignments show up all over the world.
Exactly. And speaking of precision, let me tell you about the Maya and their Venus calculations. They determined Venus's cycle to be 584 days. And get this, their calculation was off by less than 1 day over thousands of years compared to our modern measurements.
That's incredible when you think about it. How do you even achieve that kind of accuracy just by looking up at the sky?
Right? And here's where it gets even stranger. The Antikythera mechanism. Picture this. Scientists find this corroded piece of metal at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea, initially thinking it's just ancient debris. But when they examine it closely, they discover something that completely changes our understanding of ancient technology.
Oh yeah, the ancient analog computer, right? Something that shouldn't have existed 2,000 years ago.
Exactly. This device could predict solar and lunar eclipses, track planetary movements, and model complex celestial cycles. We're talking about intricate systems of gears that wouldn't look out of place in a Renaissance clock. Except this was built centuries earlier.
You know what really gets me thinking? If they could build something this sophisticated back then, what other capabilities might they have had that we don't know about?
Well, that's the thing. We might be looking right at evidence of advanced ancient knowledge, but missing it completely because it doesn't fit our expectations of what technology should look like.
So you're suggesting we might need to completely rethink how we view ancient civilizations?
Absolutely. And here's why. These weren't just lucky guesses or rough approximations. The Maya's Venus calculations, the precision of Stonehenge, the complexity of the Antikythera mechanism, these all required sophisticated understanding that we're still trying to fully comprehend.
And yet somehow this knowledge was lost to history. That's what I find most puzzling about all of this.
You know what's interesting about that? Even today, with all our digital archives and global communications, we still lose information. Now imagine trying to preserve complex astronomical and mathematical knowledge through generations without modern recording methods.
That really puts it in perspective. We might be rediscovering things that were once well known, but lost to time.
And maybe that's the most important lesson here. Progress isn't always linear. Our ancestors might have understood things about the universe that we're only beginning to rediscover. They weren't primitive. They were different, and possibly more sophisticated than we give them credit for.
Looking up at the night sky must have meant something very different to them than it does to us.
Indeed, And that's our connection to these ancient astronomers. We're still looking up at the same stars, still trying to understand our place in the cosmos, just with different tools and different perspectives. But the questions, those haven't changed in thousands of years. Leave a comment with your thoughts and subscribe for more videos like this.